And welcome back to the Better You in 52 week program. I'm Jay Cleveland Payne from betteryouin52.com, as you can see there. And this is a website, a program, just a thing that we're bringing back to you for the year 2022 to help get you back into some semblance of better shape, if you will. We're not just talking about physical shape, but just the betterment of yourself. Now, for this program, we truly believe that all it takes is the desire to be better, just that one spark in your mind that says, I've got to improve on something. And in that moment, you are a better you. What we're talking about for the 52, as in the 52 weeks in this year, is that every single week in this program on the website, we provide for you a small little tip that you can use to improve yourself in that moment, in that week, on that day, if you will. This is not a cumulative program that goes from day one to day 52 or week one to week 52. This is not something with a certificate at the end of it. This is not something that needs to be completed in order to get anything out of it. You essentially decide that any one of the 52 things will provide for you in this calendar year is something that you want to work on. You decide to work on it. Now, we'll give you a topic, we'll give you some things to kind of think about it and some tools to make it work, but this is all on you. Now, if you decide that your better you decides to be something else other than just being what we're following along the line in our things, you just do what you need to do. Do what has to happen and comment with us. We have groups forming that you'll see online on the website, and we'll also have plenty of other things as well, including some longer tips for longer things that'll be online for you to check into to get better for you. As we said right there, go to the website betteryouin52.com for more details on how to be a better you other than just kind of saying it. This is absolutely free. There is no cost, no obligation. This is just something I do every year, sort of as a way to pace myself for my personal development. And it's turned into something that when I get a chance to do this, it in this form, it seems to help some people out. So if it's helping you out, let us know. If it's not a help, we cost you nothing. We just look for your feedback so we can improve what's going on. Today, we are looking into the topic we have for today in the seventh week of the program for the full 52 weeks. And it's basically saying you don't have to maintain the big, hairy, audacious goals. Now, maybe not quite a few years back. It's been a while since big, hairy, audacious goals was the term in the world of personal development. There was a time when basically everybody was saying it, which validated it by the fact that everyone was copying somebody else. Someone hit it big by saying in order to strike out big, you had to have some kind of huge goal to reach out to. Big, hairy, audacious is something that turned into the buzz phrase. And that's what we had. Big, hairy, audacious goals is what you're shooting for, because if you're trying to do personal development, you've got to shoot for something that's large and awesome and way out there. Shoot for the moon, so you grab a star on the way down, and things like that. I'm here to tell you right now, that's all BS. That's all just extra gobbledygook. It's not needed. You do not have to have big, hairy, audacious goals. Now, the whole point of Better You 52 means having something to shoot for and being better, but you don't have to have those massive, supersized, audacious, crazy style goals that this personal development guys sell you on for their actual development programs to stick to. And if you want to, that's great, but it doesn't take much formation other than to say, I want to be that big, massive, ass, awesome thing right there. And there's your big, hairy, audacious goal. And then you just articulate toward closer to that goal. But here's the thing about goals, about procedures, about plans, about where you want to be. Your dreams should be right sized for you. The things that you want to do and accomplish and be should fit you, your personality, your style in life, and where you plan on going, whether it's on the up or the down, whether you're moving towards expansion or it's time for you to personally downgrade. Your dreams, your goals, your desires should be your size, right size, fit whatever you're trying to do. No matter whether you are a super egomaniac who wants to strike it out big, that's your right size goal. If it's big, hairy, audacious, good for you. If your goal is just to buy a house, fix your credit, fix a relationship, which may be big, hairy, audacious, depending how bad it is, get a nice job, and live a nice, comfortable life. If that is your goal, that's what you want to do, you work towards it. There is no shame in taking the plan B and taking a step down, taking a road that is most traveled because it means the most to you. Everyone can't be Elon Musk. In fact, too many people try to be Elon Musk and find themselves horribly miserable, either because of the success or the failure of trying to live up to some other realm of reality. Your dreams, your goals, the things you're working for have to match you and your abilities and your life and lifestyle and where you can go. This also means that sometimes the people nearby you that are anchors or lifters will also help fit in your dream. So if you have people who are holding you down, let's say you have children. Children aren't so much holding you down, but they do slow down the progress of what you're going through. You can do something magical and audacious and big while juggling the world of your children. But let's get it straight. Your children need a lot of time for you to do with as well. So there's some things you cannot do while they're in development. And there's some things you can do with a little help from your friends. And there's some things you can do greatly with great friends around you that not so great friends around you won't allow you to have it. That all has to come into your right size dream because you've got to shuffle around what you need to be and who you need to be around you to make those things happen. Your dreams, your goals, your activities must be right sized to you and slightly to the world around you. Although a big, hairy, audacious goal would probably mean saying, screw the world, I'm going to do it anyway. I also want to let you know that others' encouragement is great, while others' expectations can be a problem. This is where the melding of who's around you can help you on those dreams gets a bit dicey because any person who says, you're a good guy, you go for that thing, I got you back, is a great person to have in your corner. Anyone who's willing to cheer you on, stick around through the show, even though the show is horrible because they love you. Try your horrible recipes for the restaurant you want to open because they love you. Anyone who's going to be around and give you that encouragement, give you that extra sense of you can make it, is going to be great. Anyone offering up encouragement, sometimes in the way of some backhanded compliments that seemingly are bad, but they actually are trying their best because they can't get around it. Especially if you have people like family or friends who are a little bit bitter about you and your personal development journey, and they don't understand how it works, but they want you to be happy. They want you to do well. They want you to succeed. They just maybe be a little afraid that you might not get there and that you may be hurt along the way. Those types of things become an issue. But even those people who offer a grumpy level of encouragement is still offering some encouragement, or if most cases, some of them really are trying to throw hate, but in most cases, they just don't want you to be hurt and they want to make sure you are okay if it happens. On the flip side, people's expectations can cause you to live out non right sized dreams and goals. If you come from a family that's full of doctors and you want to be an artist, that might be a problem if you're expected to go off to medical school. If you're expected to go to college and follow that route and you find a way to make money that's highly legal, maybe a bit creative and out of the ordinary, out of the box thinking, but it's not the normal MBA route, and you have a family or friends or peer group that live in that world, their expectations, what they expect you to do, may be a problem to your goal. So you have to weigh in what people call expectations, what people want from you or want to see from you, and whether it actually is important. If you are planning on taking on the family business and you want to take on the family business and there's a high expectation you doing well in that, well, with that will probably come lots of encouragement to pull you up to that level. But if you don't want to be a part of that business, you want to do something totally different, and you're just going to be essentially walking the tightrope without a net because it's something that other folks don't understand, don't know how to handle, then yes, they're going to have some issues. They're going to have some problems. They're going to be disappointed that you're not meeting up to the expectations that essentially were laid out for you. That could be a problem. You can succumb to those expectations and live a great life, or you can dodge those expectations and ask them for actual encouragement and do what you're going to do. You have to know who you're dealing with, how well it's going to work. This is one that you're going to have to basically work out on a piece by piece, person by person basis. Finally, if you're not growing, you're dying. That is true. But one of my rules of life, another project I do that has us, or basically what are supposedly simple rules to live by, a 10 commandments that I sort of follow, although there's 12 of them. Just sort of things I sort of could keep in my head, back of my mind, so to make sure that I'm being a basically a decent person. I call it a better human in that project. Is don't die. It's rule number one. Don't die. Don't die. Not in this sense is different from if you're not growing, you're dying. If you're not doing something to work on your improvement, if you're not trying to be a better person, if you're not in a personal development world, as you will, then you are probably regressing. Maybe not be physically dying, but you are regressing. You're not learning more. You're not keep going on. That's why it's important for people who are getting older to make sure they're still moving, still doing things mentally, still being fresh with what's going on in the world as the world changes, because they get deeper and deeper into a dying thought process, dying world as they go on. And you don't have to be all that old to be stuck in that one. You just need to not be stuck in your ways. A person who gets bitter for some reason and just shuts themselves off is in that not growing state. And they are dying because they're choking some stuff off literally from the rest of the world. At some point, they have to open up and go back into the world. But don't die is a rule that literally states do everything you can in your power not to kill yourself, not to eliminate your life, not to do something stupid to knock yourself out of the equation. Because yes, we are humans. We are made of carbon, and at some point in time, our bodies are going to fits out and just go. We will physically die. But doing what you can to not make that happen sooner is on that route. So if you need medication to help keep you healthy, take your medication. If you need to be more physical, get that exercise in. You need to eat right. You need to, stay away from very, very bad people. Don't do drugs. Don't do anything that's going to shorten your life or put the odds against it for something happening. However, if you are not working on your personal development, then yes, you're not going out on a limb and doing any expansion, any real growth. Remember the right sizing of your goals and dreams. Getting the picket fence and the big house is a goal and a dream. But once that happens, you got to kind of have another goal and dream. You can't just live by waking up in the morning and trying not to get hit by a bus. That's a very simple way to live, but it's not a very effective way to live. So make sure you always have some sort of goal, some sort of dream, some sort of notion to reach out for. It just not that be something that's really weird and really big, and you're Moby Dick of a mission where you're always chasing this thing, and then you're forgetting about what life really is all about. Because life is really more about simple things and enjoying those things when you have them, and persevering through the bad things when they're there. Big goals help you have a more healthy life, but they don't necessarily make you have a better life, especially if big goals are contributing to you not being focused on your life. So let's go through these things one more time, really quickly. The first thing we want you to do is remember your dreams should be right sized to you, for you, to fit you. You cannot live anyone else's dream because you are your own simple mold. If something that you think you want to do is a bit too big for you, a little too scary, a little too out of the way what you've been doing, you don't have to do it. If jumping out of your comfort zone means doing that big scary thing and you choose to do that, go do that. But don't let other people's ideas of what a person in your stature should do be the blueprint for your actual dreams. Figure out where it is you actually want to go, do a little plus or minus on where you want to land, if just in case, and work for that. Other people's encouragement is great. Anyone who wants to encourage you is doing you a favor and you should do a favor by encouraging them as well. Anyone who gives expectations on to you that are a bit extra, a bit much, a bit way out of what you want to deal with, those people can be problems. Some of those people you may not be able to get rid of. Some people may be those mountains and brick walls you have to overcome to get past to what you want to do. Sometimes you may succumb to those expectations because they are the better route for you, or you believe they're the better route. You have to work that out piece by piece, person by person, to make sure that their expectations don't get in the way of what you want to do versus what you actually end up doing. Sometimes the circumstances mean a change in pace, and sometimes you don't get a chance to make that audition for American Idol because you've got to babysit your little sister. That's not anything near anything that I know of, but just something that is there. Expectations can be a problem to those goals, so make sure they're not big, super hairy, audacious ones that expectations will hold you back on, or deal with the expectations with the people that they have them. And finally, if you're not growing, you're dying. But remember, you don't have to kill yourself in the process doing some big, super duper goal that you don't want to have, you don't really need to have in your life. Have some sort of level of expectation on yourself and something to shoot for in your own goals that are right sized, but don't take on anything too large, too grand, too extravagant just because you think life's a little slow. And you don't have to take on reading the encyclopedia. You can just do a couple crossword puzzles if you want to make sure your mind is sharp. Think of that. So that's what we have for today. This is simple. It's pretty basic. You don't have to maintain big, hairy, audacious goals. You don't have to have the big thoughts going on. You don't have to be someone who dreams of being the president of the United States one day. Trust me, I had that dream when I was 6 that I was going to be president of the United States. That got whittled down pretty quickly once I realized what the actual workings, and now in my older age, what the non-workings of being somewhere on that level happens to be. I have no desire to be president of the United States. I no longer have a desire to be the president of some sort of Fortune 500 company. I have my goals. I have my dreams. They are right sized for me, and I'm working towards them. And you, oddly enough, are being here, help out with that. So you don't have to have big, hairy, audacious goals because some big time overnight guru on the internet tells you have to. You just have to have a goal that fits for you. With that, we're going to wrap up this lesson for week 7 of Better You in 52. 52 weeks in a year, so we'll have 52 different lessons to go for. And none of them, as we said earlier, are a need to build on one to the next. They're not concurrent. There's no sort of program to buy into. You decided that you wanted to find something better for yourself when you clicked on the link to watch this video. And so, bam, you're better. We're just providing just different tips to allow you to find something that you can grab onto and work towards your better you for this year. And 52 can be 52 weeks from now to whenever. We're already into February as this is recording, so it may be next February with 52 weeks. It doesn't necessarily have to be in 52 weeks. It's just what we do. We're trying to put it in a year. We got to market it somehow. So it's Better You in 52 at betteryouin52.com. You can stop by our website, betteryouin52.com, and see the videos for each week as we put them up there so you can work on your better you. There's also different sorts of programs up there, different worksheets that you can go through. And coming soon, we're working on the proper way to do a online grouping so that people can join in and chat, and people, responsible people, can just kind of get together. It's not counseling. It's not any sort of therapy. It's just groups of people, like-minded people focus on getting better, that need a bit of support, someone to bounce some ideas off of. We're going to work on that coming up fairly soon. That we're trying to do our best to make it work as efficiently as possible and also keep it completely free. BetterYouin52.com is meant to be completely free. We're going to see what we can to make a form that is manageable and economical going forward. But in the meantime, check out the website for all the videos, for all the information, for all the ideas we've given you over the last 7 weeks so far, and for the upcoming weeks to the end of year. My name is Jay Cleveland Payne. Thank you so much for being a part of the program. Thank you so much for giving me love and affection and encouragement and sometimes expectations to work to make sure this is the best program possible for all of us. We're going to provide another video coming up next week, so make sure you stop by the website and get it, or subscribe to this channel on YouTube where we originally launched the videos, and you can not miss a beat, not miss a one. You can hit it for subscribe and notifications so that you will get a email notification that new videos are coming each week. They're released over the weekend and they go live on the website on Monday, so you can't miss a thing. We will see you next week with another tip to help you become better, your better you, in 52 weeks, probably less.